the easiest way to calculate what your lifetime gross profit is look at all the customers that you sold over the last year, look at gross profit, and if you don't know what gross profit is, it's just the cost of goods sold, basically the price you charge minus the cost of goods sold, which is if it's services, then it's the labor that you use to provide the service. If it's a widget, then it's the cost of the widget and the shipping associated with it. So the cost of goods sold minus the revenue, and that left over is the gross profit. And so you say, okay, I had 100 customers this year, I made this total amount of gross profit this year. You divide that amount of gross profit by the total of number of customers. That'll give you a broad brushstroke of what you make per customer. Now, that'll always underestimate it, especially if you have a recurring revenue business, because they're gonna hopefully have some people who buy again and again over time. But I would always rather be on the safer side and underestimate my lifetime gross profit or lifetime value rather than overestimate it and potentially lose money. If I want to then take that number and say, okay, well, what am I willing to spend per customer? Then at most, you want to have a third of that number. But for me specifically, I want to make sure that whatever I collect in the first 30 days, I want to make sure that I collect that back from customers. So if let's say I sell something for 10 bucks a month, people stay for 10 months and there's 100% gross margins, to make this simple. So I make 100 bucks in gross profit. I want to see if I can find a way to make $10 back or get my CAC back in that first 30 days. And so sometimes it means having a one-time upcharge up front so they can offset the cost of acquisition so then the remainder of the customer relationship can be profitable. And if these concepts about scaling like LTV to CAC are interesting to you, we just opened up a new workshops division at acquisition.com for companies that we're not invested in.